And it's starting up now. Lovely. Hello, and welcome to an Uber's live stream again. Again, sorry about the no music. Essentially, I'm having problems with that, and I might well just end up getting a different thing. I've got XSplit, but it's not exactly intuitive for someone that doesn't know this stuff already. So, yeah. Hi anyway to anyone that is watching this after the fact, because no one is yet watching it. Oh well, it happens. I'm just gonna stream until I feel bored. I'm using a Curse Ho-Oh team. It doesn't have a Pedon, which is a bit risky, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. So why did I put Dancy on the team? This is a this team was made quite a while ago, by the way. We've got the most mature opponent I could ever have faced with that name. Just leading off with Dancy is pretty fine in all honesty, because if he leads off with Pedon, as they do, oh no, he does lead off with Duskmane. Interesting. I don't want to risk him ultra evolving and just going for Sunsteel Strike. So no, he does go for Sword Dance initially. Now he gets rid of his stab, and my defensive Yveltal just knocks out his Necrozma, so that's nice. And hello, Groudon. Have fun. Well, thanks. I've got Heal Bell on this team, so I don't really care about being toxic. Something tells me the Xerneas is not aromatherapy, so yeah, thanks. Damage on the Groudon is nice. It means that my Diancie has a very, very nice time later on. If I get 50% on this thing and about 40% on this thing, then Diancie just clean sweeps through his team, unless he's got an Arceus that can check it. But I mean, it doesn't look like it to me. I would imagine that would be something like an Arceus Dark or an Arceus Fairy, so you can deal with Yveltals. But then again, he has just hard switched into Xerneas, so probably not. Well, that's Specs. It's a very strong attack. Might better just go to Pain Split, honestly. Get Magearna back up healthy. Yeah, goes into Groudon. I mean, this does similar damage to what a Fleur Cannon would have done, and it actually restores my Magearna, so yeah. Hello to the 4 people watching. Ah, shit. Well, that kind of ruins what I was going for there. But, I mean, I'll just click Defog here. Means that if he tries to get up and keep up his rocks, he won't be able to. No, he does just go for another rock tomb. Okay. We've got a pretty easy switch into Kyogre here, and honestly, I can just Calm Mind and proceed to win the entire game. If he stays in, well, that's just... What the fuck? Did I not click Calm Mind? I swear I clicked Calm Mind. Did I not? I did not. Okay. Unintended consequences can be beneficial. Let's Pain Split once more, because I would like my Magearna to be healthy enough to come in on this thing consistently, but frankly, I think we win this game. Yep, there's an Arceus. Arceus could actually be a bit more of a problem, but unless he has Stone Edge, Ho-Oh should be able to eat any one hit, and this Sacred Fire is going to hurt, so... fuck. Well, it isn't if it misses, but we can easily live any one hit. And then we might need to play mind games with the Necrozma. Well, he's probably Lumberry then, if he's setting up like that. might be able to live a hit from Lumberry. Well, clearly that was wishful thinking. So I'm gonna Ultra Burst here, and Photon Geyser knocks it out, thank you. I was concerned that it would not. And Xerneas comes in. I have Magearna. Magearna proceeds to win the entire game. I'll just Flare Cannon you. Well, I guess not then. Pain Split. I'm surprised by quite how bulky the Arceus was if it took Sacred Fire that well. Nope, not Pain Split, Heart Swap. As he goes into Salamence directly. Salamence ought not to be able to knock me out, especially given it's at -1, so I'll just Flare Cannon here. As he goes straight for the sub. I mean, that is no less threatening, so... And now he can't set up a sub, so... Yay. If I sack Magearna, I lose to Xerneas. If I don't sack Magearna, I might lose to Xerneas anyway. I mean, it should be at the range where Diancie can KO it, so yeah. Well, that's what I was concerned about, him DDing on my switch out, so that's nice. Hello, Flogmeister. Not much is up at the moment. Just doing this to pass the time, and then tomorrow we start drafting for the NPL, which is nice. He's going to lead off with the Frostlass because it's the lead mon. Hopefully I can win the speed tie and get up my sub before he does something to me. I don't even know what it would be. I mean, ideally he would just proceed to spike. No, he goes for Icy Wind, okay. Well, let's just Moonblast you and Power Gem you. I would rather not have spikes up for this game, essentially. I like the idea of Frostlass, but I don't think it works. Because if you encounter like Excadrill, okay, this is harder though. Between Magearna, Ho-Oh, we should, and Necrozma, we should always be able to cope with it. Gonna go for an Earthquake. Okay. Thank you. I was gonna go for an Earthquake because it didn't make sense for him to stay in, but you can't always rely on stuff like that. So we're gonna go into Kyogre here. He goes for the Edge. What? That's Nazi's Fire. You don't fool me. I'm going to go into my Diancie here because I want my rocks up, and this is basically the only time I'm going to be able to get them in. Get them up. Then he goes for the Tomb, but now we can go into Kyogre and just click Origin Pulse. Even Ditto's not going to enjoy taking it. More frustrating thing is that now he can click Origin Pulse against me, or he can click Thunder versus me, and I'm not sure which he's going to do. Either way, I think I'm going into Magearna. He does go for the Thunder, yep. So Groudon is almost definitely coming in now. Shit. Well, Groudon would almost definitely come in if he was making sense. But that seems to not be what he wants to do. Yep, there's the Groudon. He's going to attack this turn, I believe. I'm going to go into my... No, Yveltal's important. I'm going to go into my Ho-Oh. Shit. Well, that just isn't a switch that makes sense. going for rocks there was not what I would consider the play. He can easily just click Origin Pulse now, so I'm gonna, yeah, lose him on. It's a solid core. There aren't really cores, so to speak. You just use good mons, and together, I mean, like, there's a couple of good cores, but they're not good for being cores. They're good because the mons themselves are very good. And now you're gonna go into Arceus Fire. Nope, you're gonna stay in and lose your Gengar. I'm gonna roost here. I'm sorry, most Uber teams look the same. The two of us have literally 0 mons in common. So, I do disagree with fuck. Fuck! Crit as well! No, that means I lose. Oh, I think that means I lose. Okay. Zed Photon Geyser knocks us out. Or, yeah, Zed Photon Geyser has to knock us out. So here I need to Pain Split. Fuck. Okay. Shadow Ball, don't get the Spadef drop as well. Fuck's sake. No, it wasn't. Without the crits and Spadef drops, I won that easily. Curse Ho does really well here. As does Calm Mind Necrozma. He leads off with Arceus Ground. Arceus Ground can be a number of things, but normally it's dog shit. He goes into Zygarde here. The opportunity to Toxic this thing, even though it's likely to be Rest, is a good one. He goes into Magearna, that's smart. Annoyingly smart. Going into Ho-Oh is no drawback, because literally Volt Switch does 24 to me. And now he's going to glare with the Zygarde. I can at least... Do I want to just start cursing? Honestly, I think I just want to start cursing. Because now, look, that's how little it's doing. 38%. We don't get the burn, because I don't get burns. And now I'm going to double back into Ho-Oh on the expected Magearna. Yeah, you see a lot of Yveltal Pete on Arceus on a lot of teams. Yeah, that's true. Go and enjoy OU instead. They have so much more diversity with Lando T, Toxapex, Greninja on most of the teams. Or Coco. I don't know OU, so I don't know what mons are in OU at the moment. Oh, not in OU, but I don't know what mons are good in OU at the moment. But there's a lot of situations where I feel like OU is just as bad, if not worse. So yeah, goes into Pharaoh. I don't want to deal with rocks on my side of the field, so I'm going to sub before switching. Means I don't have a Banded Ho switching anymore, but Diancie isn't a Banded Ho switching anyway. And now he's forced to attack me, and I can go straight out into my Ho. And what's he gone into the last couple of times? I can go into my Necrozma here and cover most of them, I believe. It doesn't really cover a switch into his Ho that well, but it should be able to scare it out. And Zygarde, I believe that Ultra Bursting Dragon Pulse will KO the Zygarde from here. It will. Crap, your special Necro. Yeah, people are underestimating this set because physical is very, very good. And, yeah. GG. Yeah, I really enjoy Special Necrozma. I feel like Ultra Necrozma gets a really bad rep, but I genuinely feel like it's a very good mon. And there's a lot of sets that people haven't really gotten into yet. Obviously, half of that is just because Duskmane is better, but Ultra Necrozma, like, I feel like Stealth Rock sets will actually become a thing, like a good thing as well. I should have signed up for the seasonals, but I didn't. Largely because the last several times I've gone in, activity lost. And it's not even busyness, it's just laziness. Oh, fuck you, Devon. How is everyone in the chat, though? How's life? Oop. Game. Webs. Annoying webs. Diancie can counter lead, but I mean, doesn't deal with the webs. He leads off with Arceus to deal with my Diancie, so he's probably going to go for EQ here. I'm going to... Nope, sets up an SD already. I do have defensive Yveltal. What's the least useful in this game? Looking like Ho-Oh, in all honesty. As he goes for these Earthquake. I do not die to a hit from a +2. And I've not gotten a burn, I think, in the entire live yet. This is getting concerning. Especially because now I've got to deal with the +3 Arceus. And I don't live that hit. So, now go into Yveltal, and I click Foul Play. And I hope that really defensive Yveltal can live a +4 hit. I feel like it can. But I also feel like it can't. Thank you. That could have been a big, big problem. Life's going decently for me. Nothing great, nothing bad. I've been losing weight recently, going to the gym more, which is obviously a good thing. He could just go into Groudon here. He could also U-turn into it. He could Oblivion Wing into it, expecting my double, and lose his Yveltal in the process. That's kind of him. You know, I appreciate when people hand me the game on a silver platter. Goes into his Groudon here. This should be a rock setting Groudon as opposed to another Groudon, so I'm going to go into my Diancie. Might seem a bit weird. Eruption. Okay, well, Kyogre would have covered that play, but I didn't know that he was going to go for it. So I'm going to go for Power Gem here. And now I believe that with the turns remaining, I can win this with relative ease. We go for Photon Geyser here. KO his Groudon. He goes into Xerneas, we double into... we don't double, but we go into Magearna. He went for Geomancy, so we're going instantly for Heart Swap. And that's nice. That's GG, I believe. No, because Necrozma could also still be a problem. We're going to go for Pain Split here, which will actually weaken it quite considerably. Why did I go first? That's a slow Necrozma. I mean, it's just... I mean, guess he was adamant, or like max HP or something because of the webs, but no. It's not the way webs works. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm getting people in the 1300s. Oh, God. Why? Where am I? There I am. I'm basically top 50, and I'm getting people... Well, I know that this guy... I don't think this guy is in the 1300s, but because I recognize the name. But... His team actually loses to Curse Ho as soon as the Kyogre goes down. Annoyingly, though, I do not have my own Groudon to deal with his Kyogre, so that could be more of a problem. I'm gonna lead off with Yveltal, just because I can Toxic anything and scare out the Aegislash. Oh, come on. We're not in a tour game. You don't need to spend 5 minutes at team preview. Is anyone else really frustrated with the ladder because of those last two things I mentioned? The fact that it's such a long time before you get games, and you get games against people who are vastly different in elo to you, and the fact that the opponents just take so fucking long. And that looks like Specs damage, by the way. So here he's almost definitely gonna go for Toxic or something. I'm expecting Toxic here just because if I was in his position, I would expect me to switch out into something that could take on the Aegislash, which normally doesn't like getting Toxic. Nope, Shadow Balls. Without a care in the world. Venusaur actually hasn't come in yet, so his Water Resist that also resists Ice is Kyogre himself. Okay, well, now it's coming. And I'm expecting it to switch out. Like, you don't keep Mega Venusaur in on a Yveltal. Not unless you know it's defensive. And given that I let off with it, and with the nature of my team, I don't think you'd expect it to be defensive. Oh, come on, Necros. Why would you risk that? That is such a bad play. Uber's Draft League. If Ho is still there, Ho is amazing in Draft League. If it's not still there, then I guess it's not. So now you've got to go for Stone Edge. Either that or you're going for your rocks, one of the two. Gonna go into your Yveltal, it's defensive, it can take Stone Edges anyway. You motherfucker. Stop this. Or I will hurt you. What the fuck?! You've seen Toxic and you've seen me get forced out by the Venusaur, and you— what the fuck are you doing? Make sense with your plays. If this was Spec Yveltal, he lost. Like, he outright lost. About 10 turns ago, he lost. I'm not saying what the... Oh, okay, Orange Impulse is there, comment is there. I'm not saying what the fuck are you doing because I'm impressed by his plays. Let me tell you that much. Look, this is... Even through thick fat, this is not exactly a resist. Never mind. Ignore what I said. That's 90. So that's 180 in the range, so this is literally stronger. The fuck did it take that much? That's fully split F. If I went for Orange Impulse, it was literally a 2 KO. Lol. Ice Beam won't miss. Xerneas, I said you were probably specs already earlier. So we can go into Magearne as he Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts after leftovers damages not to KO me. And then I can Pain Split. You Moonblast instead, that's definitely specs. We can Pain Split here unless he crits us. And if he crits us, then he deserves to go die in a hole. And Lando T comes in, I still get some health back. I can't prevent rocks, unfortunately. I'm going to heal Bell instead because rocks was always coming there. Here I can switch out into my Yveltal, sack it off in other words, and then go into my Diancie instead of rocks myself. Or even not, yeah, set up rocks because the egg slashes are really easy switching for him. But literally, if I was spec Yveltal in this game, he'd have no counterplay. So he goes into his Kyogre. We saw what his Kyogre was already, it was Scald, so I don't think it can actually do anything to my Kyogre. So I'm just going to go for a Thunder here. And if he goes into Lando T, the man is mad. The man is just outright a madman. Yeah, Scald doesn't kill me from there unless he burns me. And Showdown isn't fucking up today. So here, Origin Pulse will not KO his Kyogre, but it will KO anything else that wants to come in trying to be cheeky. And it'll leave his Kyogre at the point where anything else on my team can kill it. But the Lando T comes in, as I said, trying to be cheeky, and dies for its troubles. Here I'm kind of honestly expecting the Xerneas to come in, but Diancie's just safe as far as plays go. Also means I can sub and see what he locks himself into. Yeah, even though it's just Moonblast. Moonblast still hurts. And honestly, Diancie's usefulness is close to, if not already at, an end. So I'm just going to Moonblast here, do a hefty chunk of damage, because he's not defensive, because he's this thing. And here I can kill this thing, or I can Calm Mind, and I'd rather Calm Mind, because I don't think he'd just let it die. Then again, he's made no good play the entire match so far, so it's entirely plausible that he does just stay in with his fucking Xerneas. I think I lose this. I think I legitimately lose this because Yveltal comes in here, and I don't think I can beat the Yveltal. Maybe I can. I guess I can. It's tricky though, because now Kyogre's a problem. 47% Kyogre is a problem indeed. As he goes into Egg Slash instead, that's fine by me. I can Pain Split up here. Get back to about 60-odd%. Maybe a bit more if he tries to attack me, because he doesn't understand how Mons works. And now we can Heart Swap here. We have to Heart Swap here. Scald will not KO me. It will now, obviously, but that doesn't matter. Also, hi Brent. Because now Ho-Oh will not die to a Scald, and can KO the Kyogre as well. I legitimately lost this. Fucking hell. He played so badly, but I overpredicted him. I kept on expecting him to make good plays, and he just clearly didn't. Oh, it didn't even kill, fuck's sake. Motherfucker. We can at least go for the Dragon Pulse here if he tries to get cheeky with his Yveltal. And I mean, we could still crit the Yveltal, but I mean, it's probably Scarf. This guy legitimately played really poorly, though. I think this is Gypsy as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's Gypsy's ult. I didn't even realize I was Gypsy until the very end, which makes it not even... Those weren't even bad plays, those were just Gypsy completely reading me. Fuck's sake. Arceus. SDing, okay. Well, we need to foul play then. Rock Slide wouldn't have killed me anyway. It's annoying, Gypsy always has my number. Very frustrating. We're gonna Toxic here as he taunts me, okay. Well, it doesn't matter to me. Foul play, and then the following turn Taunt to wear off, and it's pretty easy to defog on literally the entirety of his team. Like, this doesn't stop me from defogging. I mean, I guess it could taunt, but nope, it doesn't stop me from defogging. So that's all nice and good. As he forfeits, because rocks are very bad. Oops, shit. And I'm talking to him now, and the reason he stayed in with the Venusaur was because he assumed I was defensive Yveltal, because otherwise the E-Killer was insane, and that's reasonable. I'm very frustrated, because even in my own tier, I can't fucking beat Gypsy. God damn it. Yeah. I even said I recognized the name, but it took me until the very end before I realized, ah, shit, that's Gypsy. For anyone watching that doesn't know, Gypsy's a friend of mine. He plays in Draft League a lot, and he's really, really good. I've only beaten him twice out of about 8 times, and both of those times I had game-changing hacks in my favor. Hang on, I've got to deal with this. Oops, that got destroyed somehow. This game, Diancie looks solid just to come in and click moves. Kyogre looks solid to do much the same. Kyogre's honestly fine as a lead, as he leads off with Necrozma. Yeah, this is a fine lead. I swear if he switches here, he's gonna switch here, he's gonna switch here. Yeah, I wasn't able to get completely played 2 turns in a row. This thing getting defog was so very nice for it. You die to foul play here. And no, he doesn't need to switch his smart man. But I mean, it's not like it... Okay. That was a bad play. Oh, he Precipice Blades instead of... Okay. That didn't make sense to me. As he disconnected. Gypsy's clarified after as well that he knew that he was playing me specifically, and he was playing knowing it was me and knowing how aggressive my playstyle is. So, yeah. Just discount everything I said in the middle of salt-filled rage in that game, okay? This man isn't coming back. If you leave immediately after you lose him on, you don't come back. I'm more annoyed at myself as well because Kyogre, I should have realized that Origin Pulse literally does more than Ice Beam to a Mega Venusaur. Like, I know this. If something is not quad resisted, then Origin Pulse will normally hit it stronger. Unless there's a difference of 4 times, either Ice being super effective or Water being quad resisted. God and Jesus. Kyogre looks really solid just against this team whenever I can bring it in against Groudon. Yveltal looks really nice as well because I can lead with it and then double into Ho-Oh on the expected Magearna. And cursing here is really, really easy. He can go for Toxic if he wants to, but this is still a very strong Mon that you should not just ignore by setting up your rocks on it. And he goes into Ho-Oh. He goes into Yveltal now. Foul Play does a lot, but this Sacred Fire does a lot too. Still no burn. I believe that's the entire live we've gone without getting one. Which is nice, you know, just as a little treat. Gonna Heart Swap here, I guess. And I mean, here we can go into Yveltal and just defog. If he's SD, it could be a big problem. But he goes into his Gengar here. I'm expecting a taunt just based on the way he's played this. No, he goes for sub first. I'm gonna go for defog as he goes into Magearna. Lovely. So right now we can go into Ho-Oh, we can go into our Magearna, I like Ho more because we can regen off anything that he does to me. And if he goes into Groudon, then we can just go into Yveltal and proceed to click Defog. As he goes into Gengar, and I foul play you. I'm not gonna just... I can't even switch. Like, what would I do? Ah, shite. That could become a problem. He goes into Arceus Ground. I'm gonna sub. Or I'm gonna try and sub. Yes, because I know players like this. And I know the way they feel. I am one of these players. And you do indeed just try and make the best moves you can. Given that he's -2, you can't actually kill me from here. I'm not expecting a Volt Switch, but I'm expecting a Heart Swap, in all honesty. As he goes into Arceus Ground again. Sacred Fire after Rocks might just kill Groudon as he defogs. Fuck. Gonna go for a Brave Bird. Kill, 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 kill. Thank you! I don't die to you. I mean, you could have Rock Tomb, I guess. We'll just Heart Swap, because this way one of his mons is lower in speed, and his Groudon resist is no longer there. His Groudon, otherwise known as his Water Resist, is no longer there. So Kyogre just claims kills. Marshadow can come in, but it's a stopgap. Like, yeah, and he realizes it. Letting his Groudon get weakened as much as he did was just a recipe for losing because of my Kyogre. I reckon I'll do one more game and then finish it. Even if this is a short stream, like, the idea is that these streams are replacing videos until something happens. Basically, I'm having problems with my Camtasia, and I'm waiting to get paid, so I'll just buy the full thing. Whereas my license has expired, so can't use it anymore. The problem with that comes when you're low on money, like I am. And we get a game, lovely. There's a scissor on my screen and I don't know what to make of it. So I'm going to make of it with Diancie, as this is basically a perfect lead matchup for me, as I can just get up my rocks. I don't even need to sub. He's going to set mod chat, which is kind of amusing because I'm streaming this. The mod chat is going to do you no good if anyone is watching, and yeah. It's nice to know that you do enjoy them, Solrux, because I enjoy making them, but if people don't comment, which people don't, then I'm inclined to believe that people don't enjoy them. So it is always nice to hear that people are in fact enjoying what I'm trying to do. Don't go Groudon here, go Kyogre, because Kyogre makes a lot more sense. You can see my team, you can see that my Water Resist is my own Kyogre, and you know that you can beat that down in the long run. Yes, that's a good play. That wasn't even me trying to like say anything about what the fuck. That wasn't me trying to say anything about his team or anything. That was just me saying, make a good play, be a good player. Yep, that's also a good play. It's a bit of a 50-50 there. You can stay in with Kyogre if you want to. Here, like, you expect me to switch. I would expect me to get my rocks up here. Going Yveltal is relatively safe because I can defog if I need to. And it also covers the Precipice Blades thing. It would be possible for me to go into Diancie here expecting the rocks, but that would just be stunting. Because then I'd have to switch out with Diancie, and it would end up completely pointless. Yeah, he does get up his rocks. Toxicking the Xerneas could be very nice, but getting rid of these rocks is more important to me. Yeah. So we're going to go into Ho-Oh here as he goes into his Groudon. That's fine by me, because I can just go back into my Yveltal. Kind of honestly want to go into Diancie here, expecting the Toxic. Nope, Overheat. Okay. Well, I believe I'm faster than you, so I'm going to roost that off. And then proceed to Defog. And then proceed to go back into Ho-Oh. This is Calm Mind. That's a problem. Zed. Don't be. Okay, thank you. What the? That's a crit. Okay. Phew. If that was not a crit, then I would be concerned. Gonna click Earthquake here. Oh shit. Didn't think that would kill, if I'm being entirely honest. I'm gonna go for Flare Cannon because I don't believe you stay in here. He goes into Sizzle. Yep, that's actually an amazing play. It allows him just to U-turn into Primal Kyogre or Primal Groudon. Primal Groudon makes more sense. I think I lose this. I don't think I can win this. Like, he's made a really well built team, and I've just got to give that credit where credit's due. I actually really like that Xerneas set idea that he has. It impressed me quite considerably, and I think I'll try and build with it myself. Without the crit, then I would have been fine, but oh well. Like, you don't get prizes just for maybe if I don't get hacks, then I'm okay. You do well, and then you get stuff. Oh, fuck it. I'm not talking well. Technically, Necrozma could still win if I can weaken Kyogre by about 25. Xerneas is weakened enough. Yveltal needs to be more weakened, and Groudon needs to be weaker as well. Yveltal Scarf. So I need Yveltal gone before my Necrozma can really win, and I think Yveltal's the one he switches into last, so could be more of a problem. And now we Toxic, because now we can start wearing down his team. Aromatherapy. Okay. I imagine you go into Sizzle here, in all honesty. I don't imagine you stay in. He goes into Groudon instead, which is fine. Honestly, I don't want to stay in. This is my only remaining win con. But I could easily see him getting rocks up here, or just go. No, he's going to go for the Overheat, I imagine. So Photon Geysering should be okay as a play. Precipice Blades hurts, but doesn't finish me. He could BP or he could U-turn. Depends on what he thinks I'll do. I'm going to Heat Wave. He does BP. And now we officially lose. So, yeah, that was a very nice team by him. Very well played. Very nicely done. Just very nice in general, really. You don't U-turn here. The Sizzle's still very useful for you. Actually, like, Groudon's low, so Kyogre claims a kill. I should have realized that. Should have gone straight into Kyogre. So yeah, like, Ice Beam kills from here. So there is still technically a chance of victory, because he doesn't have rocks up, so that's useful for me. Defensive Yveltal combined with Spadef Magearna can win as well. Liquidation will not kill me from here. Thunder will not as well. Bullet Punch I believe I'm now in range of though, which is unfortunate for me. As he goes into Yveltal, this is Scarf. We've seen Scarf a couple times already. But we can go into Magearna. He's going to go for U-turn, obviously. Go into his Arceus Ground. Now the matter is, what is this Arceus? Ah, it's awful. That's good to know. Because we can foul play here. And because I'm expecting him to... Well, I've revealed Toxic. So I'm expecting him not to let this thing get Toxic. Saying that though, it is very easy just to toxic here, especially because his Sizzle gets 2 KO'd. He doesn't want to bring Yveltal in, I don't imagine, because any damage on Yveltal is now permanent, and I've always got a good switch in which literally recovers as much as it takes from U-turn. I could see him just toxicking here, in other words. He does go into Scizor. Oh well. How many roofs has he got? Less than me. He could also toxic at any stage. But with crits and with PP being the way PP is, yep, I dodge a toxic and win the game as a result. I've revealed Heal Bell, haven't I? Honestly, expecting him to switch into Scizor here as he aromatherapies. Okay. I might well be faster than him because I am timid. Yep. Yes, it's with the max speed Kyogre. He's U-turning 100% here. Salty mofo. 51 minutes, James, and quite literally, you caught the very last little bit of it. I said one more game and I'm finishing, and given that that was actually a pretty good game, yeah. I mean, let's just go through this because he did start. I'm just gonna like analyze this and explain, if he ever watches this shit, why it's not nearly as secure as he thought. There was a time where I thought I would lose, but then he just played really passively. So so here he goes into Kyogre and liquidations me and goes into Groudon, gets up his rocks. Look, the turn where he really had a good chance to just outright win was this one, but he went into Scizor. If he went into Primal Groudon and then doubled into Xerneas, then I mean, maybe not, because then I could go back into Magearna. But playing the way he did so predictably just allowed me to just completely dominate the flow of the game, and like that's not how you can win. Like, he'd already toxicked me. I'd shown Heal Bell already, so the fact that he then says the only thing I needed to win is not just hypocritical, it's fucking stupid, honestly. And yes, with this team, it's a max speed Ogre, because look at the team. It needs a breaker, and max speed Ogre is a very good breaker for balance against balanced teams. So yeah, I completely disagree with his assessment. Look, he's 6'5" up. I believe he gets 6'4" up as well, because he ends up KOing my Duskmane. Yeah, so he's 6'4" up. In this position, sorry, if in this position, he's got such a good lead. All he needs to do is not fuck it up. But he fucks it up. So he lets me. He's got my. His Groudon's weakened. He should have gone into Yveltal. He didn't. Oh well. Here he lets his Kyogre get weakened, randomly as fuck. Like, if he just, you have the Yveltal, which you can go out into, and just proceed to get a little bit extra damage on me. Kyogre was a very good breaker, and you shouldn't have risked getting it so weakened. Obviously, you can't. Obviously, you can't KO with the Yveltal that easily, but letting your Kyogre get weakened when, if you look at my team, just look at it. Like, after Kyogre goes down, which it could after just like Dark Pulse, or just Dark Pulse Flinch plus Probably just like judgment from Arceus ground. Kyogre just comes in. It's at like, what was that? 80%. Comes in, clicks liquidation, and wins. I'm in a position where I can't possibly win. And then you're complaining about this. You misplayed with your Kyogre. Badly. You should never have sent it in as your check to my Kyogre. You also shouldn't have let Groudon get weakened by my Necrozma. You should have realized there's a reason I've gone into it on your Groudon. You should have probably just made the safe play into your Yveltal, which is always a good response to it. Even if I Sunsteel Strike, I'm doing like 34, 50%, not 34, 50, 34, 40%, and then like you can't win in that situation because once your Kyogre got so weak and ended up being killed, it was just entirely pointless. And we're gonna finish, given that we're on the 1700s. I hope you guys enjoyed this. That guy misplayed in the end game. He played really well basically up until he killed my Ho-Oh, and then he sort of went, yeah, I've killed off the Ho-Oh now, don't need to do anything else. I'd even disagree with the way he killed my Ho-Oh. It would have been better if he'd gone into Xerneas, and then from Xerneas just doubled into Kyogre and clicked Liquidation. I didn't have a Liquidation Kyogre answer. Like, he definitely misplayed that significantly, and yeah, just wanted to let people know that because he didn't appear to. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in another stream sometime soon. Peace.